Anthony Edwards has been a bad defender this year. Not average, not
I can get with that.
good, not he's
I can
bad.
get with that.
He is surrounded by good defenders, though, for the most part. Apart from Rob Dillingham, you could cherry pick some bad defenders on that team. Rudy Gobert and Jaden McDaniels is a godsend for any twitchy guard. Like, if you got those two around you, you should be really good. And the question I was going to ask you, Ox, is shouldn't that be making his job easier defensively? I understand he carries a very big load offensively, but he ain't been perfect offensively either. So,
They shouldn't be this bad, Ox. When Rudy go off the floor, they shouldn't be that bad, yo. They shouldn't be.
The team I got dominating the second half of the season is Minnesota in the West. I think Minnesota is going to pick it up in the second half of the season. I'm very high on Minnesota. A lot of people think that it's like, oh, it's Ant. It's like, no, I just believe in their philosophy of basketball, right? Shooting, defense, length, athleticism. They have all four. You check all four of those boxes to a great degree. You can roll your little eyes, Martian. I don't care. I do not care. Look, I think they're going to be a great team.
Rolling my eyes. That was me. Thinking.
You got a little love for me. You do.
That was. I think they're a great team. I think the pickup of Io is going to be fantastic for that team. And I'm comparing them. I'm going to compare them to another team out east, Chill. Right? There's another team out east. They got to back-to-back conference finals. Right? Started their next season a little disappointing, but then ended the back half of their season as a top 10 team in both offense and defense, and eventually made a finals run. That is the Indiana Pacers, what Indiana has been doing for the past 3 seasons. Now, am I saying Minnesota is going to make it to the finals? I'm not going to go that far, but I will say I do think that Minnesota is a better team than a lot of people think. And it's because they have people on their team that have bad PR like Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle. Kind of been branded these not good playoff players. But last year really changed my mind, especially for Julius Randle. For him to dominate the way he did against the Lakers, but more impressively, dominate the way he did against Golden State, matching up with Draymond Green, that was a big deal to me. I know he didn't perform well against OKC, but I still, those 2 series showed me that he can translate in a playoff setting. And again, I believe in, their shooting, defense, rebounding, and athleticism. So I'm big on.
They're gonna have to get serious about this regular season after this All-Star break, because they've been messing around with the regular season. And Rudy's called them out on it, and Ant's called them out on it, and Julius has called them out on it. So they're gonna have to lock in. So I think it's a good pick, real talk, because if they don't, they're going to start slipping down these standings because Phoenix are on their tail. So I'm with you on that. I think they're going to turn it up and gear up towards the playoffs, because I agree with you. I think they're built for the playoffs, man.
Mm-hmm. And even because a lot of people, Minnesota fans, have a problem with Julius Randle, but even last year, Julius Randle was fantastic for them in the second half of that season post All-Star break as well. So if that can happen for them, sky's the limit for Minnesota, man. I really believe in it too.
I'm really, really big on. I'm big on Ant. Obviously, I really support Julius Randle, and Rudy Gobert. They got obviously Jaden McDaniels, big wing defender. I'm not sure what Io is going to bring to the table, but I'm optimistic about it. And another person I'm very optimistic about, very high on, is Coach Finch. I don't know what's with the Coach Finch hate that I've been hearing this season. But I think he's a pretty decent basketball coach. So I think Minnesota can make a run. I don't know about dominant. I don't know if there's anybody going to dominate in the West after the All-Star game. I don't see that happening. But I do think Minnesota is a team to look out for.
Real talk, I want to rewind, because you know how I feel about Minnesota in terms of talent. Mm-hmm. But the stuff that they're complaining about, the lack of effort on defense, the rotations on defense, is this possibly that Finch has lost them? Like, because you continuously hear a coach's voice, you can possibly tune him out. And after a while, and he's been there for quite a while now. So I feel like with what they've been what Rudy's been complaining about, what Ant, who by the way is actually a good defender, but the stuff that they're complaining about, you're a culprit of that. You're one of the guys that's a big problem with that. Now, I think that could come from coaching. I think that could come from him possibly tuning Finch out. I think that could come from Julius Randle, who isn't a good defender. I watched Julius Randle in the Randle not just in the gaps, but he's actually he's decent on ball. Julius Randle is actually decent on ball. It's when he gets off the basketball, he looks like me in calculus class. I'm clueless. I have no idea what's going on. And the thing I'm thinking about with these guys and the stuff that they're complaining about, it sounds to me like it's a coaching issue, and I'm afraid that maybe Finch has possibly lost them. That's why they keep complaining about this stuff, because they're basically tuning him out.
Chiller, are you insinuating that they're not playing good defense because they're not listening to the coach?
I think so. I think that they could because you keep
They're
saying something
lanes from time to time,
because that's what Rudy's complaining about. Rudy's not complaining about the scheme. Rudy isn't complaining about the rotations. Rudy's complaining about guys' effort. Like, we're not giving the effort that's necessary to win games. And I think that that's coaching. And the reason why I think that's coaching, Ox, is because if you're not giving effort, you know what's next? Come park your ass right here, and I'll get somebody out there who will give me effort, which will motivate you to give me more effort because you want to play.
I would go one step
even with
further,
all the
go
ahead, Damien.
And say it's not just coaching, but it's culture. And when I hear some of these post-game comments from Rudy and guys who are just saying how they feel, it's their culture to me is very fragile. And winning solves a lot of things, but when you go on some of these losing streaks, when guys just aren't showing up to work, like they're dropping games that they should never drop, especially at home. They got their fans booing them in their own stadium. Like, that to me is culture. And I think that there's a certain level of, hey, we can just turn this on. We've gone to the last 2 Western Conference finals, but that could catch up with you at some point. If you cut corners during the regular season, that can rear its head when it matters most. And then you got some bigger issues. So I think it's more of a culture thing with them, which is very concerning.
Brooklyn went in there and smoked them. Brooklyn came in their building and smoked them.
I know, but then they also played OKC, and then they played them damn near to a draw the first time, and then beat OKC when they came back into Minnesota. That's why I'm still high on this team. Is like, do they play to the level of their competition? That's kind of their biggest issue. Kind of play to the level of their competition.
They definitely do that.
But when they do play comp, they are ready to play, and they play well. So that's why I'm not wavering on this team. And they're top 6 and top 7 in both offense and defense. So they're borderline top 5 on both ends of the court. And they just got better by adding the Sumu. Like, I don't know.
But if your culture is fragile, a lot of times it's because your ego is fragile. So if you know what I'm saying, like if you can't handle your coach telling you the truth, that's a you problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you can't handle Rudy Gobert being upset because dudes aren't playing no defense on perimeter, that's a you problem. Step your defense up.
What is the culture? Like what is their calling card in Minnesota? What is their hard hat? Like, this is what we do. Like, when you think about Oklahoma City, what is their calling card? We cause turnovers. We turn defense.
Yeah, we
into
defend.
offense. We got the best bucket getter in the game, right? That's our calling card. San Antonio, we got the best rim protector and defender in the game. That's who we are. Like, when you think about Minnesota, what do you stand on? Who are you guys?
Arrogance.
I mean, their foundation. They
stand on arrogance.
Okay, so because that's not gonna win, Ox. You just because you arrogant, that doesn't mean that you're gonna win. Because arrogance can get you punched in the face.
Absolutely, and they get punched in the face a lot. They also fight back too. You know what I'm saying? Like they just this is Ant is the face of that program. He's arrogance.
Yeah. That's really what it's supposed to be, Damien.
That's what it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be what?
Defense and size to Damien.
Oh, yeah, physicality too. Minnesota's not a soft team. Jaden McDaniels, skinny dude, but he's highly physical on defense. Anthony Edwards, we know he's a physical on offense and defense. Rudy Gobert's physical in the paint. Julius Randle's a bruiser. Dante DiVincenzo ain't no punk. Like this is a physical, aggressive team. Yeah. I would say physicality and aggressiveness. They're aggressive on offense and aggressive on defense. However, it wanes from time to time. My thing is, real talk, I can see how you will be high on Minnesota, especially like this team has been to the last 2 Western Conference Finals. This team has went 1-1 against OKC in the last 2 playoffs. They beat OKC 2 years ago. Last year, they obviously lost. This team has played the Nuggets fairly well.
When did they beat OKC in the playoffs? Dallas beat OKC in the playoffs.
Who did they beat 2 years ago to get into
They beat the Nuggets and
Phoenix.
My bad. So they beat the Nuggets. My bad. So they went 1-1 with the Nuggets.
They beat the defending champions though. Yeah.
Yep. So they beat the Nuggets, and then so like this team they've had some big playoff wins. Yep. However, you got all three of these fools blaming each other. So if the panel started doing, let's say the panel started doing.
Yeah, we do that shit every day.
We do that every day.
Well, that's different. That's different, though. That's different. And let's say the panel started doing 8,000 views per episode. And I'll start saying, oh, that's because Mars won't take his hoodie off. And Mars starts saying, oh, that's because Ox won't cut his dreads. And Ox starts saying, oh, that's because Chill won't stop fist jumping. I'm not saying that this is what will be said, and I don't agree with any of these. However,
Chill, I would never say that, Chill.
You said that in person.
You literally already said it. I don't know what you're talking
about. Fist jumping. You said it more than once. You actually yelled at me about it. What are you doing? But go ahead,
that would be our demise, right? More than likely, if we start blaming each other and start saying, no, this is your fault. No, this is your fault. No, you're the reason that we're losing. That doesn't sound like the makings of a championship team. And
coaching comes in, Ron.
The makings of must-see YouTube TV.
I feel like that's where coaching comes in. Like, you got to get a hold of your locker room, man. Like, I can't just expect my guys just to work it out all the time. No.
Chill. I think that's where accountability comes in.
Yeah, and that's where
being a professional, being a grown man.
Yes, and I think that's where coaching comes in. I think coaches have to hold guys accountable. You ain't doing this. You're not doing that. You're doing this really well, but you need to get better at that, as opposed to letting you guys basically police yourselves. You can do that to an extent, but at some point, you got to call the cops. You got to get the cops involved in this.
Chill, they feel like, it seems like they're a switch team. You know what I'm saying? Like they feel like a team that feels like, oh, when we turn the switch on, we can play with anybody, which I mean they can, but usually those kind of teams are like they've either won a championship, have made like multiple finals runs, probably a team that's a bit older also that can't really bring that level of intensity to like 82 regular season games. But they don't really have that excuse. Like, they should be playing hard and attentive every single night. But a lot of times what happens with teams is they take on the personality of their best player. And although I do really like Anthony Edwards, he can wane mentally in a game or for stretches, you know what I'm saying, and not be all the way locked in and kind of feel like talent can carry him over, which, I mean, I can't blame him because his talent does usually carry him over, but like he can be non-attentive from time to time, and I think that has translated to the rest of the bunch.
Yeah, I want to know because Mad Max in the chat has him and I think it was somebody else keep talking. Well, I'm not getting that, man. I'm just want to know. I'm curious. I just want to get to a resolution here. I don't want no smoke, Ron. I'm just talking here. I keep hearing this accountability thing. And, maybe they'll play better if their coach will take accountability. For what? Because you niggas ain't playing no defense? I'm supposed to go out there and be like, well, you know what? I just got to coach better. I got to teach these dudes how to play defense better. I got to take my heart out my chest and put it in their chest so they play. I'm telling you, what's wrong with telling the truth? And what type of basketball player says, I can't play hard because my coach told the world the truth? Like, okay, maybe your coach would stop throwing you under the bus if you start playing some basketball. I just don't understand this. I've never understood this thing with players that like just you have to figure out a way to stay leveled mentally. You know what I'm saying? All the highs and lows, the ups and downs, all of that mentally is really gonna hurt you in the long run. If you can't play hard when everything is good, if you can only play hard when everything is good, then it's not for you. This is not
what's called the front level basketball team. That's what's called those are called front runners.
That's not a championship level basketball team. If you crumble every time your coach gets on you, then you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you can only perform under perfect conditions, this shit just ain't for you.
Me and you talked about this real talk. I said from a talent standpoint, this team should be winning like 55 games. Watching this team, this should be a 55-win team. But you can't play when you feel like playing. That's not. And I'm going to play up until this time, and I'm going to get us enough wins that we can get into the playoffs, and then maybe we'll get a favorable matchup, and then we could beat these guys, and then we'll get another favorable matchup. But when we actually run into somebody, that's when we run into the wall, which is what's happened to them come to playoffs when they run into Dallas in the Western Conference Championship, when they run into Oklahoma City, because me and you've had this conversation plenty of times, Ox. Everybody's a bully until you actually run into a bully, right? Everybody's a tough guy until you run into a tough guy. And I feel like that's what's been going on with Minnesota. I feel like they've been doing just enough to get in, and then when they get in, they've gotten some favorable matchups, but then they've actually run into what it really looks like in order to get to the top of the mountain. And that's not going to get it done.
I think they just have some leadership problems over there as far as just the coaching, because Anthony Edwards, you know what I'm saying, he you know, shout out to Ant, like you said a second ago, real talk. I'm a huge fan of him on the basketball court. I just think I don't think he's mature enough, ready to actually just lead other grown men. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, I just don't think people are willing to follow Rudy Gobert's leadership. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, a bunch of different things throughout his career, whatever. So I just think they need somebody to step up and lead. You know what I mean? I don't know who it's going to be, but I don't know.
Man. Look, you would agree that. Go ahead. Sorry,
I would agree.
In all fairness to Chris Finch, they've had some real issues at point guard. Like they've looked out of sorts. Like their offense is disorganized a lot of the time. Like there's a lot of things at play. But I agree. I think there's a leadership issue, which I think actually re-signing Mike Conley is probably like he's giving you nothing on the basketball court, but it's probably a very, very important signing. If this guy, you know, if you're a team that wants to do something special, because if you don't have that veteran in the locker room or some guys holding people accountable to some degree, because Edwards isn't mature enough or he's not there yet, that's a very important signing, guys, to bring him back.
And they also brought him back because he was going to groom Dillingham. Only Dillingham didn't pan out to what we thought he was going to pan out to. Small, not as athletic, can't really score the basketball.
Knew all this.
You know, not really good on the ball, can't really play through physicality. So that kind of went the other way in that aspect.
Do they still respect Mike? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, obviously Mike Conley to me is a legend. You know what I'm saying? But do the youngsters still respect Mike though? That's my thing, because a lot of time young dudes, they look at the old dude because he can't really hoop like he used to. Man, we don't gotta listen to your old ass, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't, you know what I mean? So that's the only issue. Is Mike still the leader over there?
Yeah, Mike definitely is. Like I've heard a lot of players talk about it on the Minnesota side, how he has everyone's respect and he doesn't ruffle feathers. He's not really listen to me, I know everything. I mean, sure, he also wasn't the player Chris Paul was. Let's not disrespect Chris Paul like that. But you know,
he wasn't that good.
No, let's not disrespect Mike Conley.
Mike was awesome. Mike
wasn't that good though, Ox. Relax. He could play. He wasn't that good. Go ahead.
The worst Chris Paul seasons are up there with the best Mike Conley seasons, to put it that way. But yeah, I think that's a good veteran thing. But I think one of the things that just hasn't been talked about, because reputations usually take a year or two to change, unfortunately. You know, like right now, if I fix my personality and stop being such a blowhard and, you know, stop being so long-winded, it's going to take 8 to 10 months before people will acknowledge, be like, damn, Penn's different. It's going to take a while. It's not going to happen overnight. Okay, there's a dubiousness and I'd say like a suspicious outlook towards people who change suddenly. Anthony Edwards has been a bad defender this year. Not average, not good, he's bad. He is surrounded by good defenders, though, for the most part. Apart from Rob Dillingham, you could cherry pick some bad defenders on that team. Rudy Gobert and Jaden McDaniels is a godsend for any twitchy guard. Like, if you got those two around you, you should be really good. And the question I was going to ask you, Ox, is shouldn't that be making his job easier defensively? I understand he carries a very big load offensively, but he ain't been perfect offensively either. So
they shouldn't be this bad, Ox. When Rudy go off the floor, they shouldn't be that bad, yo. They shouldn't be.
Chill. This is what I figured in Pitt. This is what I figured out about Anthony Edwards. I used to be like, oh man, in these SGA debates, when it comes to defensive players, like Anthony Edwards actually has to like guard these people on ball while SGA is like sitting on the corner, getting a weak side block every now and then. People like hype it. But what I've also come to realize, though, is Anthony Edwards kind of has to play on the ball. Like, that's his best attribute on defense because it gets a little spooky chill when he is guarding like the non-shooter or whatever in the corner.
Is he the best on-ball defender
just,
on their crew? Is he the best on-ball? Is he a better on-ball defender than Jaden McDaniels?
Probably not. No. But he's still good at it. But what I'm saying is like when he's guarding the non-shooter in the corner or whatever, it's like he is spaced out. He like completely just forgets what he's doing. So I think he needs to be on the ball. Like he actually needs to be on the ball.
Real talk is explaining to me.
I know exactly.
He sound like you, Ox, ADHD. Like
that's what I was just getting to. I swear to God, real talk. That's exactly what I was about to get to. Like some people, you have to keep them engaged. If you don't keep them engaged, in a brother like Ant, he in the crowd. Like,
yeah.
Go get that.
Yeah.
You know,
hey,
young
fella over here. Hey, young fella,
we playing ball, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you got to keep him engaged, or he will.
Like, you been at them games. It's hard not to be in the crowd, boy.
I'm gonna be back over there this weekend.
Real talk. I saw him. I promise you, real talk. When they came down here, I was at the game when they came down here to play Miami. When he off the basketball, he is somewhere else,
especially in Miami.
My man, hey, look at your man right there. Plenty of times, and if Miami had a decent distributor who can catch guys cutting back door, Ant would have been burnt a bunch of different times. Because I caught Ant off the ball chilling.
And it's even worse when like the guy he's guarding off ball can't shoot. Like to me, that doesn't even make sense. But
we're laughing about it, but it's not cool, man. It's not cool. We're laughing about it. It's not cool. Like this guy's gone to the Olympics. This guy's gone to the Olympics. He's watched LeBron work. He's watched Steph. He's watched KD, how they dedicate themselves to the craft.
Yeah, he's watched
and
LeBron.
To me, it doesn't look like he's taken. You know, it doesn't look like he's taken some of that real high level professionalism into his game yet. Like I know it's funny in that, like it's his type of personality, but like it's not funny to me, man. Like if you're trying to win at the highest level, because these are the type of intangibles you need, and the example you have to set for guys. Like it's not that cool, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we don't got time for the Bron hate right now, Pin. But that's what I'm saying though, Damian. Like that was my point initially. This dude it's the arrogance. It's the arrogance. It's the ego. It's the I'm just that dude. I could do anything. I'm the best basketball player to ever live. Like you need to work on being the best basketball player that ever lived. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to engage, grow. It's time to grow up, and that's all I'm saying. It's like it's borderline Ja shit, except for he's just way better than Ja. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you gotta lock in. Like you can't. At this point, to me, it's not on Finch. It's not on Rudy. It's on Ant. Like it's on Ant.
I agree.
Julius Randle had a really good playoffs last season. If y'all ask me, if he could come back and do that again, Rudy Gobert do what he can again. There is no reason, absolutely no reason this Minnesota Timberwolves team should not be second in the West. There is no reason for this. You know what I'm saying? And Anthony Edwards needs to be able to accept that and take that in and not deflect and not, this happened. Oh, well, that happened. Well,
they're not that good.
He needs to absorb that.
They are that good, Ron. They're that
mentally,
good.
though, mentally, he needs to become a better basketball player. You know what I'm saying? It's time to grow up, and that's why I said what I said earlier, Damian, about what's their identity. Their identity is arrogance, because Anthony Edwards is arrogant, and he needs to just become a better basketball player mentally. You know what I'm saying? He has all the goods. He got
all the skill, physical tools. Yeah. He's worked on the 3-level scoring. He's one of the S-tier athletes in the league. Like, he got all of that. He needs to lock in.
Look, I'm gonna tell you two things. I'm gonna tell you two things.
He was really good.
Yeah, right? he was really good, Penn, but he's not that good. Ant is not that good yet. I keep trying to tell you guys, he's not that good yet.
Hold up.
The Timberwolves, because Ant's not that good.
2 years ago,
the Timberwolves aren't that good either. They're not that good.
Ron, if he was as good as he was 2 years ago defensively and as good as he is today offensively, you really are talking about a top 5 player.
Is he? then he's not
a top
that
player
good.
right now.
Then he's not that good.
But we've seen it before.
No, because you guys
Why
say that I do this with Wemby, and it's other players that we say, oh well, they're not there yet. We're just putting them into that sphere. A lot of it is us projecting. It's a lot of projection. He's not really that good yet.
Okay,
like he is a phenomenal player, top 10 player, absolutely. He's not that tier of player yet where I'm carrying us through the playoffs. I'm carrying us through the regular season.
He's one of the best playoff risers in NBA history. One of the best.
Ant has had for the past 2 seasons 2 great first rounds. Get to that 3rd round, and the brother ain't nowhere to be found. Not the Anthony Edwards that I know that you guys talk about.
Sounds like Dame.
Stop. We are not doing that. Yeah, we're not doing
Dame. That's what he just
We're not doing Dame.
I'm saying, y'all,
dominant against OKC.
I thought he was good last year against OKC. I don't know.
Yeah, he was good against and he was good against the Lakers, and he was good against who they beat last? They beat the Lakers in the first round. Who's the second round?
He was mid against He was
mid against the Warriors.
He was all right. Yeah,
Draymond said that Julius kicked his ass. He said that.
I just want to let y'all know.
Good's not good enough.
He shot 62% from 2 against OKC. 62% from 2 against OKC.
That's how you know he shot 21% from 3.
That is exactly how you know he shot absolute crap from 3. He shot 28% from 3.
Close enough. Okay. Yeah.
So I mean, he took a high volume of threes. He missed a ton, but like, look, I'm with Ant. He really is there, yo. This is not what y'all doing with Wemby. I promise you, it's not. Now with Wemby, you're saying, well, one day when he bulks up and he and his shot. Nah, we're not talking about that. We're talking with Ant, track record, resume, playoffs, last 5 years. I don't need to project if he'll be a playoff riser. I already know he's a playoff riser, and I've seen him do it against multiple teams in deep playoff runs. Number 1, and I've seen him be more efficient in the playoffs than he's been in the regular season. Number 2, I don't need to see him be a top 20 defender in the NBA. I've already seen it. 2 years ago, you don't think he was a top 20 defender in the NBA? Top 25? Mars. Can we get to?
He was a good defender. He was a good defender.
I 100% was on that.
A lot of people.
When you said he was better than Draymond, I remember that. Yeah, he was a good defender.
I didn't say it.
No, Cho said
that.
You would have co-signed.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He was a good defender.
The top 25 defender, and being the number 1 option on your team. That's hard to do. I don't think. We run so much more off-ball action today in the NBA. So many teams are running this, where it's multiple reads in a possession. It's not just simply ISO out, clear out the weak side, and one person cooks the other person, and 4 guys watch. I wonder how many players in the 80s and 90s could have guarded this much motion. I really do. Be honest. People talk about physicality and all that stuff. I wonder how many players could have rotated 6 times in a 24-second shot clock. And been that dialed in and navigating screens.
6
like
rotations. It's not
3 rotations. You realize how I watched Davion Mitchell fighting over screens, fighting under screens, going through, getting cleared, and chasing dudes around. I'm sorry. As much as you want to talk about the physicality of Moses Malone or Charles Barkley, I'm sorry. There is no player more complicated to guard in the NBA than Steph Curry. In my opinion, I think Steph's one of the most complicated players to guard. There's no one like that in the 80s. I'm sorry. Nobody like that in the 80s. They're better players. There's no one as complicated to guard as him. And now you got Con Knipple.
Reggie Miller, but it's cool. Whatever.
The main point that I'm trying to make about Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves,
more complicated to guard, man. That's my goat.
Is that Anthony Edwards isn't good enough to carry this team. I know, real talk, I know you think that this is a good team. I don't think Anthony Edwards has a good enough secondary caliber player to help assist him when things get real. When they start sending doubles at him. I don't think Julius Randle
Who's a better offensive player, Ron? Julius Randle or J-Dub?
Or J-Dub?
Yeah.
Julius.
On your face like that, Ron?
I don't know who you think J-Dub is.
Yeah. That's a strange question. I wasn't expecting that question.
No, because I'm going like second options.
Yeah, but okay, the thing about OKC is they have a third option, which Chet is dramatically better than any third option and more consistent than any third option that the Wolves had.
He's dramatically better.
Chet's dramatically better offensively than Jaden McDaniels and Nas Reed.
Yes.
No,
and just more consistent.
disagree.
He's just more consistent. He's just more consistent.
He's more consistent.
Like J-Dub at his best, and this is here we go with this whole theory thing. At his best, when J-Dub decides to be aggressive, and when J-Dub wants to hoop on offense.
You talking about Jaden McDaniels?
I mean, yeah, Jaden McDaniels. When he wants to be aggressive and he wants to hoop, like, yeah, he could be good. But like as a third option, Chet is by far, in a way, a better third option offensively than Jaden McDaniels is. And on top of that,
you can make
if we're talking about the defense, like real talk, we're talking about two different teams. That's what I'm saying. OKC they got the bench, they got the defense, they got the depth, they got the coaching, they got the size, they got the athleticism. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about that, and that's the only reason why I made the face about that question. I will say Julius Randle is a better offensive player than J-Dub. However, that doesn't necessarily matter for this team because Julius has to be so much more better on a consistent basis than J-Dub does, which I don't. And J-Dub is a miles better defender. So it's just like, yeah, he could be a better offensive player, but to what avail? Like with this Minnesota team,
winning, Ron.
Can I ask you a question?
What avail?
But
you're saying Chet's overrated, right? You're saying Chet's overrated?
Are we sure J-Dub's not better than Randle offensively?
Are you?
He could be though. He could be
constructing a roster right now. Would you take Chet over Paolo? Because I would.
There's no way we're still having this conversation.
Yeah, Chet's way better, right?
Yeah, everyone should know.
We can agree on that, right?
I mean,
as an all-around player or
on a team.
As an all-around player,
as a player, yeah.
Is Chet Holmgren a better player right now than Paolo Banchero? Because I mean, think about the implications of what you're saying. You're trying to tell me that he's not a really great third option. He's just kind of mid and whatever. And I'm just letting you know he's better than the Magic's best player. Kind of gives you an idea of just how
he's better than Jalen Suggs. You think he's better than Jalen Suggs?
No, I don't think he's better than Franz Wagner, but I do think he's better than the guy they're building around.
Yeah, but real talk, that's my thing. I don't think Ant has a good enough co-star, and I don't think he's good enough just to, once again, Santa Claus that team, put him on his back, go from chimney to chimney and clean up.
But Ron, the stuff
if Shea was on the Wolves, is Randle a good enough co-star?
Absolutely.
Shea like that.
Which means that maybe Randle just needs a better player to play with. Maybe Ant ain't good enough.
Well, it's easier to find a better player than Randle than it is to find a better player than Ant.
You just actually did. You got Shea.
No, he's saying like acquired on your team.
The Wolves ain't getting Shea. I get that.
It's also easier to find a player better than Randle because he's top 50. Ant's top 8. It's easier to find 49 other players than find 7.
I don't know, Miles. We saw Luka get traded, so I mean anything's possible.
Oh my god.
Randle is a complicated fit as a second option. He is, yes.
Oh. I just feel like with Julius, to Ron's point, I mean, you saw him get busy in the playoffs last year. The Julius that I've been talking about that I wanted to see, I saw him last year in the playoffs. Yes, they ran into a juggernaut in Oklahoma City. No question about that. But leading up to that, he got busy against that Laker team. Mm-hmm. He got busy against Golden State. They ran into Oklahoma City, and he couldn't get in the gaps, right? He couldn't get in the gaps. He couldn't get the stuff off. He couldn't take advantage of that total defense in Oklahoma City, like he was able to take advantage of the one-on-one defense with LeBron James, the one-on-one defense with Draymond Green. He wasn't able to take advantage of that. But he actually did play really well in the playoffs. Now, should I expect that Julius Randle moving forward? Oh, I would really like for that to happen. But it's obvious that in the Western Conference, when you get to the later rounds, when you run into the better teams, your level of play has to be raised. Now, can that happen with Julius Randle? Well, he did show it to me. Can he show it to me moving forward? I still got to see that though. And you call me a biased old head, man. You call me a biased old head. And I'm sure that you got an Anthony Edwards jersey on right now. 100% you got on the Anthony Edwards jersey. Yeah. We literally were talking about Ant Edwards. And instead of holding your man accountable, what's the first thing that you say? The first thing that you say is, what about Julius Randle? We ain't talking about Julius Randle. We're talking about your man. Let's stay on your man right now. We'll get to Julius Randle in a minute. Let's stay on your man. And your man is the leader of this team. Your man is the best player on this team. Your man is the guy who is one of the best perimeter defenders on this team. So he is the one who, I ain't even talking about the money. I'm talking about him being an athlete. I'm talking about him being our best scorer. I'm talking about him being our best jump shooter, one of our best, if not our best playmaker. We're talking about him right now. We'll talk about Julius Randle when we get to Julius Randle. But right now, let's stay on Anthony Edwards, who real talk thinks is a top 5 player in the league. And if he's a top 5 player in the league, that's what I'm expecting him to be. That's what I'm talking about. So if you want to hold somebody accountable, hold your man accountable first. Then we can talk about Julius
For real
Randle.
though, minus the defensive impact, if he's going to play defense like this, he's really not a top 5 player. I don't know how you can make that argument.
He's not.
Yeah.
He never has been.
Yeah, I don't think Kent's top 5, but I don't.
Yeah, I mean that's y'all's opinion.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't think.
I know.
That's my opinion. Yeah, I just don't know. The defense has just been, it hasn't been good. But offensively,
are we gonna keep that same energy with everybody? That's a cone on defense.
Yeah,
that's a refrigerator on defense. Are we gonna keep that same energy with everybody? Just a quick question. My bad to cut you off, Mars. My bad. I just want to know. Are we gonna do that?
I think the reason I have Luka at like 4 or 5 is because of his defense. Like if he was a better defender, I'd probably have him second, third, probably third. But if he's 4 or 5 because of his defense, Jokic. The reason I think Jokic and Shea is close is because one's a valid defender and one's not. So yeah, I think it matters. I just think there's different bars for it. Jokic is a transcendent offensive player, which means the bar for his defense doesn't need to be as high, and is not. Therefore, probably need him to be more of a two-way player. He hasn't been that this year.
It's the panel. Religion get built on cam. Where the check throw smoke and the host go ham. You ain't never seen hoops out here did raw. Every take got weight, every night we drop. This that barbershop. Courtside, worldwide tone. Welcome to the only show that really feel like numbers jumping like the score.